Welcome to another edition of Highliner News. I'm Courtney.
And I'm Mackenzie. In our local community, one organization is fighting against child abuse one backpack at a time.
Reporter Libby Borg brings us the story.
Project Ignite Light is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping children suffering from abuse.
There's just comfort in knowing that somebody did something for you in the darkest hour. The things that these kids have been through is so traumatic, so beyond belief and what we can understand. And so it's basically about 5 to 6 items that are kind of a necessity every day. The foundation of our backpack is going to be their fleece-tied blanket. Then they're going to get their pajamas, socks, underwear. They're also going to get a book. Our older kids will get a journal, their shampoo, conditioner, toothbrush, toothpaste.
Because of what these children have gone through, this organization strives to show they care.
So we always make sure that every backpack has either a theme or a color theme to it. So there's a lot of thought that goes into it because we realize that these aren't just numbers, these are real people.
Project Ignite Light is passionate about showing love in the darkest of times and encourages others to do the same.
So many times we hear of a need and we go, boy, I want to do something. And we don't know what to do, but doing nothing is not an option.
Doing anything, no matter how small, can make a huge difference in someone's life.
By simply donating a pair of pajamas, we are telling a hurting child of abuse that I will be there for you. And I'm amazed that simply by packing a backpack, I get to watch God change the world, and that's priceless.
Reporting for Highliner News, this is Libby Borg.
For more information and ways to contribute to Project Ignite Light, visit www.ignitelight.com.
Mr. Tom Mill Brandt is a first-year teacher at Valley City High School.
Riley Miller caught up with him to find out about his interests outside the school.
When he's not teaching math class, Mr. Mill Brandt loves to hunt and fish. He often travels to pursue his hobby.
We try to plan a ice fishing trip up at a Lake of the Woods every year, so that's all the way up almost near the Canadian border. When I grew up in high school, my dad and brother always went down by Redfield, South Dakota. We had an annual pheasant hunting trip down there, and that was usually pretty successful.
Mr. Mill Brandt then proceeded to tell me what's his favorite thing to hunt.
I think pheasants. I think the thrill of a nice dog setting up on a bird, and then the rush of a bird actually getting up.
As for fishing, Mill Brandt loves going for the trophy fish.
Walleyes are, the game fish, the one that's everybody's after. That's the one we enjoy catching the most.
Lastly, he elaborated on his favorite part about his hobby.
Just being outside, being with good friends and family, being able to just go out and enjoy the outdoors, and then being able to get anything is just a bonus.
This is Riley Miller reporting for Highliner News.
Let's rev up this segment of Pursue Your Passion with Jacob Thorson.
Devin Anderson takes you to Tower City for his story.
Jacob's passion started at an early age.
It was, I think, 5 years old. I was out in the shed, and Dad was fixing on a car, and all of a sudden I just started showing passion in it and kept on going from there. And my cousin lets me use his shop whenever he wants. And
from Jacob's passion to another, automotive has always been in the family.
What I remember, we work on small engines and that, I try to get him interested in that. And that's probably start out as probably my passion to have someone to work with. And he's in the shed there and said, you want to come over, try working on it with us, and start pitching in a little bit. And after that, he knew he could do it, and was pretty interested in it all the time, I guess. Kind of from that point on, it really snowballed, I guess.
Another aspect of automotive that he enjoys is the challenges he overcomes and learns from it.
it's kind of like competition. You try to get it done as fast as you can, but get working pace and good outcome at the end. Trying to diagnose the troubles with the engines or errors to fix them.
Reporting for Highlander News, I'm Devin Anderson.
On this week's Senior Spotlight, Callie Frethheim sits down with two seniors and discusses their plans for college.
Seniors Samantha Gregoric and Haley Jensen share with us their plans for the future.
I plan to attend VCSU and then after generals go to NDSU or Iowa State. Well, my mom works for VCSU, so I get half tuition, but the only reason I'd be transferring is because they don't have the major that I want. I plan to major in either interior design or architectural engineering. The thing I'm most looking forward to about college is not being at home and getting to make that step towards like more independent and being with people who I actually want to be with.
I plan to attend the University of Jamestown. I chose that campus because it's not too big and it's not too far from home, but far enough. I'm looking forward to starting fresh and meeting new people and being independent. I plan to major in nursing, specifically specializing in pediatrics. I chose that major because I wanted a challenging career and I wanted to make a difference in people's lives, as cliche as that sounds.
For Highliner News, I'm Callie Frethheim.
Most kids play with toys growing up. Derek Baer played with magic.
Mackenzie LaRue lays out the story.
Besides excelling in school and extracurriculars, freshman Derek Baer has something else up his sleeve. Derek has been doing magic for around 5 years now, and there are many factors that began his love for magic.
My parents, and then going to other magicians, just watching them perform. I like people's reaction. It just blows them away.
Derek has many talents with more than just one trick.
I can make cards appear, I can make them disappear, and I can make cards like randomly pop up.
First, Derek lays down 4 aces. Then he lays 3 cards on top of each ace. After sliding all the cards into one hand, he lays the cards in the order of 3 cards and then an ace. He gets rid of 2 piles. Most people would think that the aces are on the left, when in fact they are on the right. This is Mackenzie LaRue reporting for Highliner News.
Alright, it's time for a new edition of Better Know Your Lunch, ladies. First, we have Cindy. Was she A, a florist, B, a school bus driver, C, a kindergarten teacher, or D, a nanny? Take your time and think it over. If you said B, you're on track. Up next is Christy. Was she A, a motorcycle mechanic, B, a fortune cookie writer, C, a housekeeper, or D, a swimming instructor? Take a few seconds. If you said C, you swept the competition. Last but not least, we have Katrina. Was she A, an automotive upholsterer, B, a tour guide, C, a personal shopper, or D, a toy designer? Take 5. If you said A, you are right on. I'm your host, Hannah Sorensen, and that was an episode of Better Know Your Lunch, ladies. Reporter Abby Slater brings us a deeper look into the chem lab and teacher Mr. Matt Nielsen.
We'll travel up to the 3rd floor for this teacher feature.
I found my passion when I was in college. I was taking a chemistry course in which I got so much satisfaction out of running the study group and not so much the actual class or the labs, but actually helping my fellow students and getting them to learn it, that's how I figured I wanted to become a chemistry teacher and a science teacher. Today my passion is still education, and it's finding out ways in which I can reach the students better. This year we're starting a new STEM class just this semester. So the STEM course now is a lot of hands-on, it's a lot of problem solving, and it's a lot of 21st century skills, which is what our student body needs, so when they graduate, they're ready to move on to the next step. To do all that I do takes a strong family too. I have my wife Annette, I have my 3 children, Kaylee, Sky, and Lane, and then also I have to keep on improving. I can't stay stagnant, so I'm also earning my master's in STEM education through VCSU, which is also helping me become a better teacher. When it comes to my teaching philosophy and coaching philosophy with tennis, it's all about effort, it's about doing the right things, and the things we do on the tennis court, things we do in the classroom, hopefully will then help them out in life after their interactions with me.
For Highliner News, this is Abby Slater.
Do you ever wonder what it's like competing in the opposite sport than your sibling?
The Griebel brothers show us how it's done.
Basketball and wrestling, they're kind of like a rivalry sport. You use a lot more muscles when you wrestle.
Competing in two different sports is tough, but these brothers find a way to support each other.
We get on each other if we're being lazy, so we always want to stay in shape. He usually comes to my games, and I'll come to a couple of his duels.
After trying these moves, will Kale join wrestling in the future?
I would not join wrestling. It just doesn't really seem like my sport.
Coy tells us how difficult it is to play basketball.
I'm kind of short, really short. A lot of hand-eye coordination.
Having someone cheer you on is always nice. Isn't that what siblings are for?
We wish each other good luck. Hockey comes to a lot of my wrestling matches.
After practicing with his brother, Coy would rather compete individually on the wrestling mat.
They work hard, and their drills and stuff are kind of hard.
Reporting for Highlander News, this is Brianna Kunze.
Spring is the season when life is renewed. One important way to help renew life is to give blood at the VCHS blood drive on March 7th.
Each blood donation can help multiple patients such as preemies, surgery patients, and cancer patients. Contact the peer facilitators to make an appointment.
Thank you for joining us from Valley City High School for this edition of Highlander News. I'm Mackenzie.
And I'm Courtney.